Skipper how to dive. I love that, said Skipper, jumping out of her seat. The rowboat almost tipped over. Wow, said Ken. Don't start diving yet. Ken, you can do a little fishing while Skipper practices, said Barbie. Eh? This is for... Okay. See.
พี่แป๊บกี้เดี๋ยวขอลูกมา
After Barbie and Skipper climbed
ทำ
onto
ไม
the
พี่อะ
float,
ซิลไปนอนอืดอยู่ใต้นี้ล่ะลูก ทำไมพี่อะซิลไปนอนอืด
Ken rowed back to the middle of the lake. Here's what you do, said Barbie. Stand with your feet together and your toes on the edge of the float. Skipper did exactly what Barbie said. Now bend at the wrist, at the waist, Barbie went down, and point your hands down at the water. Then fall in, see? Go like this and jump! Skipper broke the water with a big splash. Almost perfect, said Barbie. Now try again. After Skipper had been practicing for a while, Ken rowed back over to the float. What is the float, do you know? It's this part. You see this right here? It's called float. Look what I caught, said Ken. See? Barbie and Skipper burst out laughing when Ken pulled an old boot from the bottom of the rowboat. Is that what you catch when you use your lucky fishing pole, said Skipper? Skipper asked. Why should we should cook it for you up for supper? That would taste terrible, Ken said as he made a face. But speaking of supper, I'm starved. Let's go back to shore and eat. Abu, Luman, Abu. But when they got back to shore, something terrible had happened. The picnic basket was lying on its side. The napkin were blown away in the breeze. The potato salad was all over the basket, and a pile of crumbs was the only trace left of the brownies. The dog ate it all. Look at, you see? Oh no, said Skipper. Our picnic is ruined. What a mess, said Ken. Look, shouted Barbie. That's who wrecked our picnic. Ken and Skipper looked. There at the edge of the woods was a little dog with their chicken in its mouth. Stop! yelled Ken. But of course the little dog took right off into the woods. Come back with our chicken, shouted Skipper. The three of them ran after the dog. They chased it around bushes, over fallen trees, and across a little stream. See the dog? Just when Barbie thought she was close enough to grab the little dog, it disappeared into a hollow log. Why bother, Ken panted as he caught up with her. We can't eat the chicken now anyways. Yuck, said Skipper. Ooh, look! So the dog is good mad dog actually. What are these? Puppies. Baby dogs. But Barbie wasn't thinking about the ruined picnic anymore. She was looking inside the log for another reason. This isn't just any dog, said Barbie. This is a mother dog, and she has puppies. Sure enough, inside the log were 4 of the cutest puppies they've ever seen. The mother dog crawled out and gave Barbie hand a lick. Oh, said Skipper, these puppies are so cute. Can we take them home? I don't think so, said Barbie. Why not, asked Skipper. I'll take care of them, and I know we could give them a really good home. I think they already have a home, said Barbie. See, here's a tag. This dog name is Princess, and I bet her owner is very worried about her. Ken went back to the blanket and got the empty picnic basket. They put all the puppies in the basket and then head back to the car. When they drove by the phone booth, Barbie stopped and called the number that was on Prince's tag. The dog's owner, Mrs. Wells, told them how to find her house and then said, "Thank you, I'm so glad you found her." "Thanks goodness, they're all right, Princess," Mrs. Wells said when Barbie handed the dog to her. You've been gone for 3 whole weeks. I've been so worried about you. Then she turned to Barbie, Ken, and Kipper. Princess is a show dog, and she doesn't like anyone to make a fuss over her puppies. This is the third time she ran off to have puppies in the woods. After a bath, Princess looked a lot more like a show dog than she had that morning. While Skipper played with the puppies, Mrs. Wells prepared a delicious lunch to make up.
แล้วทำไมพับไม่อยู่ในบ้าน
Well, because the owner want to raise it inside the house. So much. Like Fung Fing is in the house as well. After a bath, Princess looked a lot more like a show dog than she had that morning. While Kipper played with the puppies, Mrs. Wells prepared a delicious lunch to make up for the picnic Princess had taken. In fact, she fed them cold turkey chicken, potato salad, brownies, and lemonade. When they got in the car, Mrs. Wells said, "As a reward for time finding Princess, you may have one of her puppies. Come and pick one out in a few weeks when they are a little older." "Oh, thank you," Barbie, Kipper, and Ken said together. "You see," said Barbie, as they drove home, "our picnic didn't turn out the way we planned. It turned out even better." Yeah.
ทำไมขอบล่ะ
Cause sleepy. The book is over, so sleep. Maybe this book is not so fun, no man. Yeah, let's read this instead. Point, which one do you want to read? Tell me which one do you want to read. This one?
ไม่ใช่เดี๋ยวให้เบบี้ชิมเอง
Yeah.
เบบี้ชิมไม่ได้
No, Matt. You never read David's father yet. Do you want to read that? Yes, it is. So 77. Yeah, David's father. Julie was skipping home from school. She came to a large moving van. A man came out carrying a spoon, only it was as big as a shovel. Another man came out carrying a fork, only it was as big as a pitchfork. A third man came out carrying a knife, only it was as big as a flagpole. See? Big knife, big spoon, big fork, you see? A third man, "Yikes," said Julie, "I don't want to get to know these people at all." She ran all the way home and hid under her bed till dinner time. The next day, Julie was skipping home from school again. A boy was standing there the moving van had been. He said, "Hi, my name's David. Would you like to come and play?" Julie looked at him very carefully. He seemed to be a regular sort of boy, so she stayed to play. At 5 o'clock, from far away down the street, someone called, "Julie, come and eat." "That's my mother," said Julie. Then someone said, "David?" "That's my father," said David. Julie jumped up in the air, ran around in a circle 3 times, ran home and locked herself in her room till it was time for breakfast the next morning. The next day, Julie was skipping home and she saw David again. He said, "Hi, Julie. Do you want to come and play?" Julie looked at him very, very carefully. He seemed to be a regular boy, so she stayed and played. When it was almost 5 o'clock, David said, "Julie, please stay for dinner." But Julie remembered the big knife, the big fork, and the big spoon. "Well, I don't know," she said. "Maybe it's a bad idea. I think maybe no, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye." "Well," said David, "we've been having cheeseburgers, chocolate milkshakes, and salads." "Oh," said Julie, "I love cheeseburgers. I'll stay, I'll stay." So why did Julie stay? Because she want to eat the cheeseburger, that's why. And what is this boy's name? What is this boy's name? And what is this girl's name? What is this girl's name? ลูกหมาจูลี่
แล้วทำไมเหมือนจูลี่เลย
จ๋า
จูลี่
Because it's a little girl named Julie, little boy is named David. So they went into the kitchen. There was a small table with cheeseburgers, milkshakes, and salads. On the other side of the room, there was an enormous table. On it was a spoon as big as a shovel, a fork as big as a pitchfork, and a knife. Octopus, over there. Sure. No, it's the tentacles of the octopus. On the other side of the room, there was an enormous table. On it were a spoon as big as a shovel, a fork as big as a pitchfork, and a knife as big as a flagpole. David whispered, Julie, who sits there? David whispered Julie, who sits there? Oh, said David, that's where my father sits. You can hear him coming now. David's father sounded like this. Boom, boom, boom. Are you scared? Why are you scared? Yeah, see David's father? He opened the door. David's father was a giant. On his table, there were 26 nails, 3 fried octopuses, and 16 bricks covered with chocolate sauce. David and Julie ate their cheeseburgers, and the father ate the snail. David and Julie drank their milkshakes, and the father ate the fried octopuses. David and Julie ate their salads, and the father ate his chocolate-covered bricks. David's father asked Julie if she would like a snail. Julie said no. David's father asked Julie if she would like an octopus. Julie said no. David's father asked Julie if she would like a delicious chocolate-covered brick. Julie said no, but please, may I have another milkshake? So David's father made her another milkshake. What is this, Oma? What is this? And who is this? No, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? David's father. Don't worry. When they were done, Julie said very softly, so the father couldn't hear, David, you don't look very much like your father. Well, I'm adopted, said David. Oh, said Julie. Well, do you like your father? He's great, said David. Come for a walk and see. So they walked down the street. Julie and David skipped, and the father went vroom, vroom, vroom. They came to a road and they couldn't get across. The cars would not stop for David. The cars would not stop for Julie. The father walked into the middle of the road, looked at the cars and yelled, Stop! The cars all jumped up into the air, ran around in a circle 3 times, and went back up the street so fast they forgot their tires. You see? Julie and David crossed the street and went into a store. The man who ran the store didn't like serving kids. They waited 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Then David's father came in. He looked at the storekeeper and said, These kids are my friends. The man jumped up into the air, ran around the store 3 times, and gave David and Julie 3 boxes of ice cream, 11 bags of potato chips, and 19 Because Taya father is small. This is monster. This is a giant. And the shopkeeper is afraid of the giant. 19 lifesavers, all for free. Julie and David walked down the street and went around a bend. No, not finished yet. No, I just want to stretch my legs. Here, come on. Come on, where are you going? Finish the story and you can go to sleep. Come on. Okay, I read by myself then. There were 6 big kids for... come on, sit down, sit down. There were 6 big kids from 8th grade, from grade 8, standing in the middle of the sidewalk. They looked at David, they looked at Julie, and they looked at the food. Then one big kid reached down and grabbed a box of ice cream. David's father came round the bend. He looked at the big kid and yelled, "Beat it!" They jumped up out of their shirts. They jumped right out of their pants and ran down the street in their underwear. Julie ran after them, but she slipped and scraped her elbow. See, all the kids run away, do you see? Because they're afraid of the giant. See the giant? David's father picked her up and held her. Then she put a special giant bandage on her elbow. Julie said, "Well, David, you do have a very nice father after all, but he is still kind of scary." Because he's a monster, so big. "You think he is scary?" said David. "Wait till you meet my grandmother." The end. I finished. You want to read Thomas' Snowsuit? Okay, let's read Thomas' Snowsuit. One day, Thomas' mother bought him a nice new brown snowsuit. Then Thomas saw the snowsuit. He said, "That is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. If you think that I am going to wear that ugly snowsuit, you are crazy." Thomas' mother said, "Well, we will see about that." The next day, when it was time to go to school, the mother said, "Thomas, please put on your snowsuit." And Thomas said, "No." So who is Thomas? Can you point to Thomas? Who is Thomas' mother? And where is Thomas' snowsuit? And where is Lukmat? Oh, and where is Hita? Oh. His mother jumped up and down and said, "Thomas, put on that snowsuit." And Thomas said, "No." Lukmat, does Thomas want to put on the snowsuit? Why? Why does he want the snowsuit? Because he said it's ugly. That's why he don't want to put it on. So Thomas' mother picked up Thomas in one hand, picked up the snowsuit in the other hand, and she tried to stick them together. They had an enormous fight, and when it was done, Thomas was in his snowsuit. See? The house is a big mess, you see? Because Kunme and Thomas tried to put the snowsuit on. Thomas went off to school and hung up his snowsuit. When it was time to go outside, all the other kids jumped into their snowsuits and ran out the door. But not Thomas. The teacher looked at Thomas and said, "Thomas, please put on your snowsuit." Thomas said, "No." The teacher jumped up and down and said, "Thomas, put on that snowsuit." And Thomas said, "No." Who is teacher, Roman? And who is the other kids? The other kids. And who is Thomas? And where is snowsuit? And where is Lukman? And where is Pita? Oh, okay. So the teacher picked up Thomas in one hand, picked up the snowsuit in the other hand, and she tried to stick them together. They had an enormous fight, and when they were done, the teacher was wearing Thomas' snowsuit, and Thomas was wearing the teacher's dress, see? So who win, Lukman? Teacher or Thomas?
Teacher.
Ow! When the teacher win, why is teacher wearing the snowsuit? Because teacher lose, that's why. When the teacher saw that she was wearing what she was wearing, she picked up Thomas in one hand and tried to get him back into his snowsuit. They had an enormous fight. When they were done, the snowsuit and the dress were tied into a great big knot on the floor, and Thomas and the teacher were in their underclothes. Just then the door opened and walked in the principal. The teacher said, "It's Thomas. He won't put on his snowsuit." The principal gave his very best principal look and said, Thomas, put on your snowsuit. And Thomas said, no. No matter is Thomas a good boy or bad boy? Yes, excellent. So the principal picked up Thomas in one hand and picked up the teacher in the other hand, and he tried to get them back into their clothes. When he was done, the principal was wearing the teacher's dress, the teacher was wearing the principal's suit, and Thomas was still in his underwear. Then from far out in the playground, someone yelled, Thomas, come and play. Thomas ran across the room, jumped into his snowsuit, got his boots on in 2 seconds, and ran out the door.
ทำไมจำเลยจำเป็นเฮอร์สโลสูตรอ่ะ
His. Because he wanted to go and play. The principal looked at the teacher and said, hey, you have on my suit. Take it off right now, the teacher said. Oh no, you have on my dress. You take off my dress first. Well, they argued and argued and argued, but neither one wanted to change first. Finally, Thomas came in from recess. He looked at the principal and he looked at the teacher. Thomas picked up the principal in one hand. He picked up the teacher in the other hand. That enormous fight, and Thomas got everybody back in their clothes. Because Thomas is a strong boy, that's why. The next day, the principal quit his job and moved to Arizona, where nobody ever wears a snowsuit. The end, see?
เอาอีกอ่ะ
Okay. Wait, don't mind, hurt. Down, please, hurt.
เอ้ยโอ้
Okay. A story you never read before is I Have to Go. Have you read that one? Okay, let's read that one. I have to go. One day, Andrew's mother and father were taking him to see his grandma and grandpa. Before they put him in the car, his mother said, Andrew, do you have to go pee? Andrew said, no. His father said very slowly and clearly, Andrew, do you have to go pee? No, said Andrew. I decided never to go pee again. So they put Andrew into the car, fastened his seatbelt, and gave him lots of books, and lots of toys, and lots of crayons, and drove off down the road. Vroom! They had been driving for just 1 minute when Andrew yelled, I have to go pee. Yikes, said the father. Oh no, said the mother. Then the father said, now Andrew, wait just 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, we will come to a gas station where you can go pee. Andrew said, I have to go pee right now. So the mother stopped the car. Screech! Andrew jumped out of the car and peed behind a bush. So is Andrew a good boy?
ไม่
Why is Andrew a bad boy?
ไม่รู้อ่ะ
Because he don't go pee in the house. He go pee when drive outside. When before Lukman go out, do Lukman have to go pee first? Because look why? Because Lukman is a good girl, yes? Lukman listen to Kunme, yes? But Andrew, what did he do? He told his father no, but when he go out, have to go pee. Is that a good boy?
ไม่
Okay. So should you be like Andrew?
ไม่
Yes, because Andrew is a bad boy. When
แต่
they
ถ้าหนู
come...
พูดออกมาว่า
Yes. I'm
ไม่อยาก
listening.
ไม่อยากพีแล้วหนูก็อยากพีตอนนี้เลยอ่ะ
Ow. Maybe you don't feel like you need to pee yet, no matter that's why. Yeah, go. When they got to Grandma and Grandpa's house, Andrew wanted to go out to play. It was snowing and he needed a snowsuit. Before they put on the snowsuit, the mother and the father and the grandma and the grandpa all said, Andrew, do you have to go pee? Andrew said, No, 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 no. So they put on Andrew's snowsuit. It had 5 zippers, 10 buckles, and 17 snaps. It took them half an hour to get the snowsuit on. Andrew walked out into the backyard, threw one snowball, and yelled, "I have to go pee!" The father and the mother and the grandma and the grandpa all ran outside, got Andrew out of the snowsuit, and carried him to the bathroom. When Andrew came back down, they had a nice long dinner. Then it was time for Andrew to go to bed. Before they put Andrew into bed, the mother and the father and the grandma and the grandpa all said, "Andrew, do you have to go pee?" Andrew said, "No, no, 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 no." So his mother gave him a big kiss. So his mother gave him a kiss, and his father gave him a kiss, and his grandma gave him a kiss, and his grandpa gave him a kiss. "Just wait," said the mother. "He's going to yell and say he has to go pee." "Oh," said the father, "he does it every night. It's driving me crazy." The grandmother said, "I never had these problems with my children." They waited 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. The father said, "I think he's asleep."